Hi, this is Tim Parry from Multi-Channel Merchant. I'm with Scot Wingo from Channel Advisor, and the holiday season 2014 has come to an end. Hey, Scott, how you doing today?
Good. How are you, Tim? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Hey, Scott, clearly this was not a last-minute holiday season online. What caused a shift in consumer behavior to kind of make it go spike upwards and then gradually go down the rest of the holiday season?
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting holiday this year. So last year we had people started shopping right around Thanksgiving, and then they kind of declined through mid-December. But then in the third week of December, there was quite a pop last year. In that 2013, it gets confusing now that we're in 2015. And then 2014 was interesting. What we saw was definitely a shift forward. So people started shopping more aggressively right around that first week of November, which is really interesting. That's the first time we've seen it shift that forward. And then we didn't see that kind of pop at the end. Now it's hard to tease apart, causality of these things. A couple things that we've noticed. Number one, the retailers I think were complicit in this. So we saw Amazon start by launching kind of a week of Black Friday deals or a month of Black Friday deals November 1st. So that seemed to cause this chain reaction of all the other retailers pulled up their promotions as well. So you had doorbusters as early as November 7th, for example, and usually people had waited until Black Friday for that. So that's one thing is promotional activity by retailers is a cause. The other one is, as I've talked to more and more people that shop online anecdotally, it was definitely in the psyche out there about the shipping problems from 2013. So I think a lot of consumers were really worried about that, maybe overly so, to be honest with you, because I think at the same time we all, in our industry, we added capacity at UPS, FedEx, and whatnot, and then everyone was really kind of cautious on the back end. So I think that had a role in it. And another one that we've heard is that retailers did move up their last ship days, some of them more aggressively than others. So then you had things like Amazon and eBay adding a fair amount of insurance or extra days into their shipping calculators, especially for third-party merchants. So I think that all these things combined caused that shift up, and then this kind of lack of a last-minute pop.
Scott, looking at your clients' holiday season, it seemed the big winner for them was the other third marketplaces. Which ones really seem to stand out for your clients, and do these third-party marketplaces have a chance to be strong players year-round?
They do, and it's interesting because a lot of these guys are omni-channel players, and what they've done is they've added on a marketplace onto their e-commerce efforts. So retailers like Sears, Newegg, Best Buy, Rakuten, Walmart, folks like that have added marketplaces, and we see that that's really working out very well. It's interesting because when you bring up Sears, you think of all the negative press around Sears, and a lot of that's been demonstrated by their offline things, but their online is doing really well, and then the marketplace within online is doing quite well. So if you saw the numbers there, I have them here. So the third-party marketplace came in growing. That's going to link. Well north of 30% year over year. So that was pretty impressive when we have a holiday that was right around 16%. So I do think that has sustainability. There is a benefit that these are younger marketplaces, and as they get bigger, can they continue to scale and like an Amazon has done? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But so far, it looks really good for what we call the other third-party marketplaces. And just for clarity, that's marketplaces that are not eBay and Amazon. Now, another thing that's exciting is we just launched Mercado Libre and Tmall Global. So those will start to be in the numbers next year, and I'll be interested to see if they can influence it as well.
Looking back at the holiday 2014 season, while it's fresh in everybody's memory, what would you say the biggest story or the biggest trend was?
So I think the biggest story is really this early start to the holiday. I think that if you had asked me before, I wouldn't have guessed it. We always, in the industry, try to get people to start earlier. I wouldn't have think they'd be so receptive to it. So I think that's the big change, is the consumer seems to be much more receptive to kind of an early start to holiday. And I think that's going to change everyone's strategy next year. And I think it's going to, you'll see everyone ready next year for that. Mobile is another one. I sometimes we talk about it so much, I forget to talk about it. But we definitely saw mobile traffic get up to right around 50%, especially on Thanksgiving Day. So that was really interesting, and I think that there's going to be this new high watermark going forward of kind of 40 to 45% of traffic. A lot of retailers have had their mobile moment where their traffic is consistently above 50%. So that's another thing that I'm hearing from a lot of our larger customers is that mobile is huge, and everyone's not really satisfied with where they are on mobile. So I think when we look at the conversion rates, so that's traffic, and orders are still smaller, much smaller than that because the conversion rate is small on mobile. So I think we as an industry really need to figure that out, that there's a big opportunity there to convert much more of that traffic.
Scott, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us today, and we will be talking with you soon.
All right, thanks, Tim.